To our next victim on the hot seat in a moment. But
originally set to begin today, Jackson is charged with resisting arrest during a controversial traffic stop in the Long Beach area. Jackson called today's postponement a stalling tactic.
I think it's a disgusting spectacle, and I think that if they had a case, they would have presented it today. They said that they need to review more tape. They said that they need to read over more documents. The evidence is clear, and it's not going to change. It's not going to change on Wednesday, and I'll be back for that.
Jackson says the entire incident was racially motivated. He says a recent request by the prosecution to bar cameras from the courtroom during the trial is another attempt to cover up the truth.
It's time now for Larry McCormick and a look at the
activist Don Jackson.
City of Long Beach was intending to prosecute Jackson for resisting arrest. His trial was scheduled to begin today, but at the last minute, prosecutors announced that all charges were dropped against Jackson. Channel 2's Ann Curry reports.
Hands on your head now. Why? Do it now because I'm telling you to. What are you
The story began last January when a Long Beach police officer had this confrontation with civil rights activist Don Jackson. On videotape shot by the NBC Today show, the officer appears to push Jackson into a store window. The officer charged Jackson with resisting arrest. Today, Jackson appeared in court, ready for trial. But the city prosecutor stunned the courtroom by announcing he was dropping the charges for lack of evidence.
On reading and examining that material, it is the opinion of the court that the reasons stated are well taken, and the people's motion to dismiss will be granted. This case is dismissed.
Jackson was overjoyed and emerged from the courtroom feeling victorious.
And I think my vindication today will answer any questions that people might have had as to what my intentions were in Long Beach.
Are your intentions including filing a suit against Officer Dicky or the Long Beach Police Department?
That's a possibility in the future that I'm going to discuss with my attorneys.
Well, Jackson would not say he would sue the Long Beach Police Department. His attorney says he will recommend it. Defense attorney Tom Beck told reporters Jackson was a victim of racism, brutality, and malicious prosecution, and could recover considerable money in damages.
A ton of money. A ton of money.
What is a ton of money, sir?
Into the millions of dollars.
The city prosecutor told reporters he dropped the charges because recently released outtakes of NBC's videotape did not give him the evidence he needed to prove the charge of resisting. In any case in which a person is accused of resisting arrest, you don't need a videotape to prove that he did that. So why in this case are you not pursuing that charge against Mr. Jackson?
As the statement, you can read the statement, it's in the statement.
The statement he provided said NBC's videotape and transcripts of this state Senate committee hearing convinced the city prosecutor he had no case. At that hearing, Marc Dicky, the Long Beach police officer who arrested Jackson, admitted to major inaccuracies in the police report he wrote just 3.5 hours after the incident. In his report, he said Jackson was shouting obscenities, but the tape showed the only one doing that was Officer Dicky himself.
In the report, you've got that Jackson said you in different ways, different forms, but in actuality, he didn't say that at all, did he?
Apparently not.
Dicky was not available for comment on today's developments, but his union, the Police Officers Association, spoke for him.
Officer Dicky, as most police officers, is very disappointed and he's very upset. He didn't get a chance to tell his side of the story.
Late this afternoon here at his uncle's house in Windsor Hills, Jackson said he is 9